Welcome back to Vlogmas 2026. It's me, Connor O'Reilly, your local weather reporter. And I don't know if you can tell by these clouds, but the wind happens to be whipping once again. We're up here in the Balcones Mountains just west of Austin, only about a half hour away from the Circle C disc golf course. And today, for day 22 of Vlogmas, we're about to collect another private course, a course that is looking to get more serious and maybe running tournaments and events. Right now it's just a kind of contact to play situation. Hit up Jason, let him know you want to come out, and hopefully he can find a date for you soon. I've heard good stuff. I've seen some cool pictures. We're out here in the mountains once again. Tiny mountains. Some of you guys are going to call them hills and laugh at me for calling them mountains, but it's a freaking mountain, all right? It's rocky. It's got everything a mountain's got. We should have some nice elevation change on a couple tee shots. 18 holes out here. Jason has done all the work himself. And these actually are the old Dreamland baskets. Dreamland went out of business, and Jay Yeti Redding, being the resourceful son of a gun that he is, he let Jason know, hey, you maybe should want to scoop those baskets up for your course if you want to make it a little more serious and go from the 9 holes that it was originally, as he's kind of tinkering around with using the land for disc golf, and up into the 18-hole course that it is now. Once again, I'm Connor O'Reilly. We're here just outside Austin, Texas. Time to collect another course. Let's see what Goat Mountain Ranch is all about. Bye. Here we are, hole 1. Keep score on your phone with the U-Disc. And that's also going to get you around the course, since as of yet, still no T signs on the course. The baskets do have a number stickered on them, so that's nice. You at least will know what basket you're playing to once you get up there. But for now, U-Disc will be your friend. And look at this wicked little tunnel to start us off on hole 1. Like the wicked oaks of the western hills. We got the rubber mat tees out here. In time, if enough of you guys come out here, tell Jason how much you love it, play the course, maybe give a donation, as this is a donation-based course. Really cool, whether you have something to give or you just want to come play the course. Jason just wants people to come out and give their feedback, help the course grow. Obviously, if you can donate, that's amazing, and it's going to help the course to get better, because Jason's going to use that money to trim things up or add tee signage over time. Costs gas money to mow this stuff. Getting new tees costs money. So if we want to see Goat Mountain become a staple in Austin disc golf, not too far away, even for you Northsiders, maybe only 45 minutes to an hour at worst. So really going to be within that sphere of playability in the major metroplex. With us having so many options, sometimes if you're a little bit outside, you might get overlooked. I think Goat Mountain right in that range where they can really make something happen. Starting off hole 1, a little hairy for my liking with the persimmons in the middle. I like the framing of all the oak trunks here. And I don't want to see the persimmons necessarily go, because they're a nice native tree. They provide fruit for the animals. I don't know, is there any way we can like somehow dig them bad boys up and move them to the edge, like move them to this little right edge right here, thicken that up, and then clean up this line? Because then I really like what's going on. No really over the top thwarted gaps, so you're gonna have to get skinny here. Ideally you're pushing just left of those center bunker trees and getting some skip back. I'm gonna go chupacabra because I really need to work it right. And we have wind raging off the hill here from the southwest today. Fortunate for the temperatures, unfortunate for the golf conditions. Oh no. Well, like many people at hole 1 Goat Mountain, I'm sure a tree's come into play. Dang it, y'all. I don't know, maybe Jason can let us know in the comments what these are on hole 1. We got like an armadillo burrow happening. As I mentioned, here's this gap, really nice gap. The persimmons kind of clouded up, but they're lovely trees, and these are some fine mature specimens for the mountainside here. So and yeah, it's gonna be too hard to honestly dig them guys up. Maybe we can just selectively prune a few branches and let the branches kind of grow a little more towards the center of the mass of the trees. Keep them healthy, prune them at the right time, maybe not now, but maybe when they're pushing growth in the spring or whenever you trim a persimmon. I don't know, I'm not really an expert on persimmons, even though I might be a wannabe botanist, but what am I doing? I was over here setting the camera up and then I realized, dude, you're gonna have an open putt if you come to this side, you doofus. So here we are, just outside. I'm gonna putt with the pinkies today since we're on the mountains and the rocks. This wind is ridiculous, y'all. I'm just gonna try to really spin it flat. See if I can ride that wind. Oh my. And then the stall fade at the end. That is crazy. Wow. It might be short, hole one, but it's got some teeth to it. So I know a lot of the local clubs like playing new courses. It's nice to play your home course, the course that's close to the club base, but for those courses who maybe like getting out and around, Jason's looking to host more tournament style settings. So hit him up. Maybe you can get your next weekly out here in the Goat Mountain. Yeah, I think just a little bit of selective trimming, giving us like 2, even like 2.5, 2 feet of space on that inside will be money. Hole 2, gonna be short, maybe even sub 200, tucked up the hill to the right here. And in today's south wind, one of the weirdest and kind of most difficult short shots you'll ever have. Because as soon as you start turning that backhand or fading the forehand, the wind is going to slam it out of the air. I kind of want to do the turnover backhand just because it's a fun challenge. I'm going to throw it like over these trees. And if I somehow get right of the basket, I think all you guys owe me 99 cents. I don't care if it's Canadian or Swedish. I take it all. I'll take some rupees too. Miss right. Go. I did it on purpose. Oh, somehow didn't miss right because guess what? Slam down, so you guys are safe. You can keep your 99 cents, all right? We got a birdie putt though. Now that I think about it, maybe these are the rubber mats that were also at Dreamland. If so, they play all right in the decent weather, but I feel like any moisture they're a little scary. This tree branch kind of thwarted us as we were coming down. Got knocked down right here. But we got an opportunity to take our first birdie of the day. Tailwind putt, slightly off the right. We got a juniper here defending the basket. A little wacky waving inflatable juniper. Gotta get the putt past the closeout defender here. Gotta wait for the right timing between the sways. Oh, snuck it over. That honestly made it kind of a fun little challenge. This guy just waving back and forth. Turns out I snuck it over, didn't even need to worry about him. Birdie on 2. Hole 3, buck 99, straight ahead. The gap tapers into more and more narrow as you approach the basket. Crossbar here, kind of thwarting the over the top stuff, even though if you really like it, there's still this forehand, depending on the wind. Today's wind actually might not be bad. Sound like Squidward for a second. Depending on today's wind, is like, if you just throw big forehand over the basket, it'll just like drop dead on it. Part of me wants to do that, but I can't say no to this beautiful straight tunnel. Purple Faith, revenge for yesterday's cage hit? Come on. Revenge? Just left it. That's fine, that's fine. Couple more for the gram. You know we gotta at least throw all 3 faiths. Y'all know the drill. Kick left. Oh, I never got a tree kick ace, but that would be cool, wouldn't it? Straight at it, it's way cooler though. Online, tough gap. Important to note that we are up here in that Balcones Ridge, like I was saying, in the little mountains. Over 1,000 feet. Austin sits about 300 feet, a lot of it, or a little over, maybe 400. And so as soon as you kind of jog west. That escarpment, which is like a long, pronounced ridge line, is kind of the definition of escarpment apparently. The Balcones is just a big little line of these tiny mountains. And the wind just hits different when you're up in the mountains, as anyone knows. It kind of comes down on you and just, you're getting the brunt end of it. It doesn't have any trees to block it. It's just like, it has its way. And if you're here from Colorado, or you complain that Austin doesn't have enough elevation change or whatever, come out to Goat Mountain, because so far it's got a decent amount, and I've heard it's got even more on the middle and back section of the course. So you want to play some mountain golf and get that Colorado feeling right here in Austin, this is your spot. Cruise the ace run a little bit. And so now we got comebacker, maybe shallow circle 2, probably, if I'm feeling like there's a chance. So I'm gonna go to the jumper because it feels right in this wind. Just don't trip on this Junie or this other one. No step up. Just a little catch and shoot. Swing, swing. Ah! Easy par. I like that hole. I think for a 199 footer, that gap makes it repeatable, but still a good level of challenge. And since the danger kind of comes late, as long as you throw a decent shot, you should have some kind of a putt, maybe more or less obstructed, but at least the luck comes in like real late, if it does come in at all. Okay, we're ratcheting it up here. As that little chicken guy is showing us, it's windy. We got 480 feet ahead of us. And to top it off, if you're in the fence here, there are a couple gates you can get in and play your disc because it's hazard. You're gonna take a stroke penalty, play it as it lies. We can go up the gut. We can bomb one high here. Wind is at our back. Up the gut, the gap is just so narrow. So I'm thinking I like over these oak trees with the cloud breaker. Time to break these southern clouds. Throw this. This is for the chicken friend right there. Lift. Come on, baby. Yes. Go, fade. Go in. Oh, I was long. I skipped it off the road long on a 480. I mean, I guess that's bad, but somehow still good. Road long, I'm guessing, OB. I should have went Athena straight at it. Dang, my fault. Ate my Wheaties. I need a more flip on that, but that probably was a better just choice. Is it really 480? Hold on, hold on. Bust out the finder. Bushnell, what we got? The rock says 369. It's 418. That makes sense. All right, you know what? I'm rethrowing. I'm gonna choose my Halo Star Boss because you just told me wrong by 60 feet, and I went long in the road. So I think, you know what, guys, that shot. Do the math. I was gonna be freaking money. This is my cowboy start right here. I'm taking Boss. I'm using the rangefinder. Rolling Boss. Control that speed. Now watch this one come fading into the basket. Oh, come back. See? The Boss. Oh my God. It spiked up into the road and then said, I'm going to hang out with the cloud breaker. Hopefully it curled back in, but man, at least that one touched him. Gotta love seeing the young fruit orchard out here. We got pomegranate, and we got a fig. I see a couple pomegranates, some apple. Not sure what these are. Maybe more apple, pear, something like that. Big beautiful oak here on the back side of the green. And we dribbled in off of that road to get 50-foot headwind jumper. Raging headwind. Ah. Let me gather my couple attempts. It's a fun throw, fun hole. Definitely the type of hole you want to unload a couple on. We'll go back and ace it after the round. All right, a par on the tough 420 foot par 3/4. My favorite hole so far. Hole 5 over the cattle pond. 337 it says on this beautiful oak with some spray paint. I'm guessing this is for the hole because I lasered it at like 340-ish. So, all right, I think the camera's gonna get blown over if I don't set the bag on it. This is wicked. This is like Rocky Hills level. We were out there. This mountain golf so far, you know, it's fun, but it brings its own set of challenges. Whether you want to call this mountain golf or not, it's hill country golf. The wind acts like it. All right, I'm going Pioneer. Got a hyzer in front of those 2 elm trees. It looks like there's a bit of a rise left of the basket, so it should collect your disc. As long as you make sure to hit that hyzer and come swinging in. Little left there. Caught that side hill and went zooming past the basket. Maybe I should have thrown slower disc. I keep forgetting about the slight downhill nature of some of these holes, so let's take that into account. It's not just windy, but remember, wind doesn't always stop distance. Only certain ones. Cool to see even up here at 1,000 feet. You got these old fossilized shells hanging out. Some of the prehistoric inland dino-sea. Another cool specimen here. Focus camera. It says no, I have sun and face. Alright, I thought I was a little bit deeper, but as I mentioned, this hill on the left can really help collect your disc if you come swinging in on hyzer. Maybe next time I'd go to the crux or some kind of overstable mid-range / approach style disc like the Savior or Zone. Be careful anytime you're around these big flat rocks. Listen for snakes because they could potentially be underneath them. And you don't want to mess with them buggers. I'm over here standing like I'm standing on a rattler, even though there's probably nothing under here. All dainty footed and everything. Whoa! that felt great out of the hand. Lifted, and I'm like, oh no way! And then it slammed down. Dive bomb engaged. A little peregrine falcon flight. The thing they don't tell you about disc golf. It can be fun in all conditions, but it doesn't mean you're going to score well in all conditions. High winds, wet, cold, certain conditions are just, they make the game harder. But those who can mentally overcome a windy, cold, or wet round of disc golf can overcome anything. Holes 6 or 7, one of them, I think, something like that. Straight shot. Little side slope at the gap at the midpoint. Hole 6 looks like through the scope. Yep. 294 from the front of the tee here. Touch shorter than what you just reads it as. But there's always a plus and minus to using the GPS signal, especially out in the mountains where it's maybe a little bouncy. Straight at it looks like the biggest gap. Huge power players might have an option to go big spike, but the way this row of oak trees really has a thick canopy, you're gonna have to spike down like just left of the basket. It's gonna be hard to come into those chains if you're taking the spike hyzer, but it's not a bad play just to give yourself something up there. I'm kind of eyeing that spike hyzer to tell you all the truth. That low ceiling up the gut it's nice. It's a good challenge, but a spike hyzer chupacabra at 290 and raging wind just feels like the play. So let's see what we can do. Fade. Woo! Broke through the trees. Probably should have chosen a faster disc because that thing is a brick. Probably one of the mightiest oaks on the property. It has a slight twist to it. Beautiful canopy. Once was even mightier, but you can tell it lost a little bit in the middle there. But there's more of a gap just past it than I thought. before you hit these trees. I couldn't tell if this canopy connected with these, but turns out that hyzer actually has a decent amount of space, whether you're the lefty forehand player or that righty backhand looking to spike it in and avoid the low ceiling. I like this. Fun hole, nice dual option, and repeatable but challenging, especially in the wind like this. Okay, I'm gonna get that loop bag out, make sure I get an intimate read, not just knowing it's headwind, but where exactly is it coming from. Head, but slightly off the left. Only 39 miles an hour. Let's go! Did the math. Come on! Putts like that feel great when it's as windy as this. One little degree of nose angle, slam, or down, lift, or what, vice versa, depending on the wind, and you can have some crazy things happen with your frisbees in the wind, as y'all know. That might look like a little messy clump of grass and cactus on a rock, but I just love seeing little pockets of life, little miniscapes, whether it's in a rock or in a rotten tree stump. Or how about y'all? Y'all love them too? You better. Hole 7. Gonna fly kind of over the green of the previous hole, off of this little ridge, hyzering one in to the ridge to collect your disc at about 300 feet according to UDisc. Got the yurt long, so don't yeet it to the yurt. Make sure you choose your disc wisely. I'm going chupacabra once again because the wind is just, it's a chupacabra wind. Oop. Big rock in the back here kind of threw me off, so I'm gonna adjust that footwork line. Hey, that'll putt. That'll putt. Okay, after seeing how short I am, I definitely believe that 307 foot UDisc call out. Ripping headwind putt. What's new? Wow, kept the nose down and just didn't give it a chance. Maybe I should putt regular. If I'm afraid to release it on the jumper, come on, man. Didn't work, didn't work. Hole 8. Once again, playing by the yurt. This time around the left side of it. 240 downhill, 22 feet. Wind 240 miles per hour to match the distance. I'm gonna go slammer, perfect for all said conditions. Forehand works well, playing into the slope here, avoiding the yurt. Don't be a yurt eater. Come on, go in. Drop. Oh, that was just in front. Ugh. Have my heart skip a beat. That was the good one. So it keeps coming back. Am I addicted to ace runs? Maybe. Turns out we are just shy of the cup here. And this green has a lot of holly, not Yopon holly, the regular holly, if you're familiar. Very spiky. And some prickly pears, so you're going to want to place it well. Get to the back side of the green. And if you do, you don't have to deal with all this stuff. I'm close enough. I'm going to take my disc flip to get this holly out of my hamstring. And the persimmon buddy right here, he's fine. You know, he won't poke you too bad unless you're mean to him. What a beautiful view right here behind this one. Gotta take a second, soak it in before we collect this birdie. Gotta jam it in even on these shorties, because you can't let a stroke go for granted on a windy day like today. Blustery, if you will. Blimey blustery, isn't it? That's what the Brits would say. Where are my UK peeps? Hole 9. So far we got half of them, 4 down. Playing the course blind in this wind. I'm not too mad. And look at this spiky son of a gun. I don't know what plant this is. I'll have to Google this one. We got a little colony of them over here. This one's out of my pay grade for now. Really interesting. Ruffly leaves. I love this rock right here. Gorgeous. Looks like a big alligator head. You got the eye, and the little nostril hole, even the little ear hole. Downhill here, probably only 180 something feet. Really guarded with this broken limb on this struggling tree ahead of us. Straight at it is right there. You're going to kind of want to come in from the left to the right a little bit to make this one open up for you and open up them chains. There's a fence right next to the basket on the left. Property line out of bounds, I'm assuming. There's a ladder to climb it in case you go goofing off over there. I'm going to play the flippy faith just because I know I can get it to work slightly right and it won't risk being across that property line. Wind here. Flip and drop. Flip and drop. Go in. Oh, he cruised it. Over it. No way. Dude, that was so good and it somehow held over the fence. That's wild. I thought we... Oh my God. I thought we should have gone perpy. It's a fun shot. I'll go one more at the slammer. Slammer for the grammar. Oh God, hit a tree. I thought that orange faith was so money, y'all. Once this branch collapses, which I would guarantee happens by the end of this winter with some wind or some ice or whatever happens to it and weighs it down, even just like a waterlogged day that it gets windy the day after or something, which will actually make this hole play really well, I think, giving you more room to swing it in and avoid the fence. It is nice that he's built up this bit of roofing or sheet metal to help collect some of the shots that aren't really errant. Faith is back there. It came in just through the right side of these trees in this gap. Is that a bat box right there? There might be a bat box strapped to that tree, so really cool. Flew over this post, so technically not barbed wire. Unfortunately, for our relief point case, we only get a regular meter, but that's all we're gonna need because we're literally 8 feet from the basket. So still almost missed that putt somehow, but anyways, let's go collect our discs. Starting the back 9 with a par 4, maybe the first of the course, I believe. Down here in this flat floodplain area next to our little wash here. Beautiful fairway. Framed up, you're gonna have to throw some controlled off the tee here. Try to hug the left side without going down the slope towards the water or dry creek bed. Giving yourself better angles into that dog leg right approach. Or you can do this. Throw a crazy cutting roller with the hatchet and eventually stand it up and score an eagle. Has this one ever been eagled? Let's find out. It will be today. Maybe not the best win, but we're sending it. Okay, cut for a while. Now stand. Stand! Stand into the stand of trees, you crazy son of a gun. Oh, I'm trying one more with the other hatchet. Because I think the flippy hatchet on that exact angle might be a genius shot. Flip, buddy, flip. Ah, just barely too much cut on both of those. They're consistent. But y'all see the vision. It's the only way I think that I'm eagling this hole. I'll be back for more of that. I like that shot. We might have a new contender for my favorite holes on the course in this one. Really like it. Gives you the illusion of having a lot of space but you got to be particular to maximize that space. And there's ability to get aggressive. So you have to execute that at a high level to have the reward show it all. So it's a good par 4. I think even just like a mow line on top of this ridge here somewhere, protect all this area from even being playable, make it OB, could make this hole a little bit less worth the risk like I just took off the tee, because I sprayed over in here. But since there's no water and no out of bounds left, I'm gonna have some kind of a opportunity to still chip up. There's the yellow hatchet. Where's the pink one? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm still gonna have a chance to birdie, even though it's gonna be difficult from there. Let me grab the yellow one before I forget. Out of the holly. I do see a little bit of a rock wall being put together here, which I think is awesome. Could be a great visual, and I think with a nice rock wall built up on this side for the visual, as well as collecting the discs, might be the best hole in the course. With a little bit of TLC, it's already really good though. Oh man, I can't get over how cool the base of these trees are, kind of melding into that rock wall, if you will, just swallowing rocks. You see that? Wow. Oh no, it's just some bark down, but it looks like it. Probably are. Down here in the wash, really cool to see this singular little cottonwood tree starting to establish itself. Definitely one of the more important species in the riparian zones in Texas. Big puppers that really hold the soil in place. We're gonna have a tricky but doable window into the green. You can see the basket right there. I'm not gonna really have a lot of ways to go about this. I'm thinking just jamming this straight gap is gonna be my best bet. In today's wind, I don't wanna get too tricky. Oh my gosh, somehow squeaked left of that big tree. If the basket was 1 foot left, it would have hit the cage. Unfortunately, caught a tree long, so we might even have an okay putt at it for that birdie. Oh man, I really want to go back and try rollers again. I'm coming back just for that reason. And because I'm enjoying the rest of the course so far. And it's a good change of pace. So you should come check it out. I believe these beauties are the sycamore, that signature white bark. Another huge riparian zone. That's probably what that is, honestly, a young little sycamore. It's got the same leaves. Or maybe not. Maybe I had it right. Where my arborist at. Got a little bit lucky coming in, catching these trees, not going long and having to putt through them. Kicking over here, where I'm gonna have a hairy stance, but an easier putting window, only having to straddle around this little juniper. Surprised I haven't had to straddle more yet this round. And I'm thankful for it, because straddles in the wind, not as fun as regular putts with high spin rate. Use those legs though and get some spin rate on the straddle, and it don't even matter. Tell you the truth. Birdie. Little OB, little rock wall, this whole chef's keys. What I tell y'all, we love a good rock wall. And a good, big, beautiful oak friend hanging out behind our tee box on hole 11. Hold on, I gotta go to you just make sure I'm playing the right hole. Hole 11, par 4. You can see the basket out there on the upslope, just left of the little corral or horse pen, whatever that is, cow pen. You got this tunnel created with these big trees on the creek line. Most players are probably going to take. I'm kind of eyeing just a big shot over the top that's just going to like stall down in the crosswind more than it fades. See if I can do what I'm talking about. I'm going to go Evelina Destroyer because it's really good at not fading. Check it out. Don't try this at home, kids. Give me that downward fade now. Downward fade. And I mean, that's the line I was looking for. This down-sloping rubber tee kind of had me sketching out. I could feel the slip waiting to happen. So I kind of sissied it out. I'm gonna try one more with the forehand wraith. See if we can whack a forehand all the way there. Flip up. Oh, y'all. Just the nastiest 450 forehand flip up with that wraith. Easy money. Definitely regretting not just going forehand because the forehand circles edge up there. But we're going to try to toss one in from our original choice. A little out of the range, uphill into the crazy left to right wind for the jumper at least. Never out of range for the Purple Faith. Oh! Wow, I thought I was Cajun at least. I ain't from Louisiana apparently. I'm a Texan. You love to see the drainage rainwater collection tank here to feed the livestock. Work smarter, not harder, y'all. And I gotta try to knock this one in for that eagle. Should have gone forehand. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, the wind said no, buddy. You're gonna have to like throw it from there. Should have put with the wraith. Pretty tricky lies back in here, so though it's a softer par 4, this absolute massive Mustang grape colony is gonna make it tough on you. This is one of the most impressive spreads from one like vine cluster I've ever seen. Crazy work. Apparently I saw you can trim a piece of vine and use it as a siphon to clean your water out of all bacteria. So if you ever in a pinch. Okay, really weird putt. No way. I missed the Hobbit hole entrance putt and now we took our... Oh, is that... Oh, that's par. You know what? I guess that kind of fake eases the pain a little bit. We'll make a hammock out of this bad boy. Oof, that felt like a bogey. Might as well be, for me at least. Good elevation gain here. At least 30 to 40 feet to this basket. I'm guessing it's playing around 300 feet. But gonna play a bit longer power-wise, maybe 330. There is this forehand gap I'm seeing now. I didn't see at first. I'm kind of liking. I might go to it with the Firebird. Let's send it. Go in. Luckily it sounded like we hit some rocks though. We might be parked. Always good to look back. Get another look at the hole. See if you really like what you chose or not. Right side's bigger, but leads to a longer putt. Left side definitely smaller. What can get you there? So it's really just comfort zone. There we go. Another birdie. I think we still got half of them. So we need to cushion that. Let's get into the double digits here on the mountain in the wind. The wind can't stop us. We've been playing in it. We're dialed now. Putt flat, putt firm. Putt good, throw good. Score. We got the little mini Texas rock with the hole on the capital. 13 down the hill to the left, out of sight. So I'm putting you guys over there in the 0.5 lens and the chance that we drop an ace in here, but it's gonna be tricky. The way it's shaped, it almost sets up better for a turning forehand for the right hand player. But with how much headwind we have, I don't like that shot right now. So I'm just gonna try to squeeze one down the right side with the zone. Maybe skip it in. Squeeze, buddy. Oh, of course, I just tapped that tree I was trying to squeeze by. Nice view here. Back to the yurt. Man, in my mind, we got to find a way to get a tee somewhere in here. Maybe not there. Maybe even up here. Give us a visual here. Let's maybe throw down past the fence or something, or make some kind of par 4 landing here. Basket way out there in the field, or I don't know. It's a really good track to the land here. I'd love to see the player be able to kind of unload downhill if they want to with this part of the property. Just my thoughts. Just shaved this tree here, but made forward progress, and we're putting. We are putting. Let's go. A little low in the wind. We took advantage. Finally feeling like a comfort in my fingers. And that's like, to me, so much of what putting is. Feeling comfortable with the disc in your hand. You know, it's only taken me 28 episodes. What's that saying? Better late than never. You know, always there when I call, but I'm always on time. And I gave you my all, so baby, be mine. I want this birdie to be mine is what I want. Straight ahead past these 2 oak trees, right before the drainage wash, the creek bed. Ooh, I gotta check you to see how far this one is. No, we're going Bushnell. We're going Bushnell. Let's get the official laser of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. .525 to the basket, 28 feet down, about 100 feet short to that bunker of trees, so they're sitting about 425. I believe par 4. We have gates to the left with a fence that hopefully is out of bounds. I'm not sure how much out of bounds is really out here yet, but I think in time, definitely could add it, spruce up the tourneys a little bit. I really don't like these downhill mats when I'm trying to throw far, so I might even just throw from behind the mat right now, to tell you the truth. I'd rather throw on downhill dirt. I'm gonna go flex boss. See if we can get a look on this par 4. Hey. Lift and fade. I crushed it. I was a little too worried about my feet. That kind of rocky run up. I might even be in the creek right at the basket, but did not come back. I maybe didn't need that much disc, but I was hoping to play a flex. I should clarify, it's fence left and right. And this one definitely also on the list of favorite holes on the course. Anytime you get to use the elevation to create a big downhill for the players that plays tastefully as well is just so fun, so good. Uphill isn't necessary evil. I think it's also a good thing to mix in. But if you can utilize downhill more than uphill on your course, I guarantee players are just gonna have that much more fun. Okay, fortunately, we got to the ground before the creek line, and we actually have an eagle look, turns out. Kind of between a throw and a putt here, but since it's flat ground and tailwind, I'm going to try to go to a putt. Just flinging Annie up there. Keyword Annie? Oh, there's a little Annie. Wow, Persimmon kicked us right to the basket. What a buddy. So when I look back at a hole like this and I think about how easy it is for me to birdie with my distance and any player with big speed, and I think about how can we make this hole better without having to change the basket nor the tee box, could I argue I had a pretty big miss right here. No punishment. I think you maybe let some long grass grow in a however big of a radius you want around this cluster, these 2 trees, and we have a out of bounds or a hazard bunker, one of the 2, where it kind of dissuades those players from just wrenching a distance shot and makes them play more of an accurate distance shot. If you have a big bubble here, you gotta decide, do I go short? Do I go all the way to the basket? Then there's more risk reward And that also makes it more rewarding for the players who can't get to the basket, because now they're nice, accurate shot in between the out-of-bounds fences up the middle here, short of these trees, can be rewarded if they throw a nice chip up. So I think, yeah, a little more risk on a hole like this, and then, ooh, it's looking good. Hole 15, up the hill. Rocky path skip, the prescribed way to play it. But with today's right to left wind, I'm looking up. Let's see if we can get the boss over there. Hey, boss up, boss long left. By, oh my god, I'm so far long left. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure where my disc is. If I had to guess, it's probably, oh yeah, right in front of this cactus. Nice. So it might have been rocks that I hit, not trees. Fortunately, we have a non-prickly stance. Oh, I think I came down on this cactus, yeah. Disc is wet and I see the chunk mark. Sorry, buddy. We got an Annie look. Try to collect this birdie. Oh, that would have been so good. Sometimes I wish you could move stuff in front of you on your lie, because I had this rock like kind of where I wanted to follow through, and I'm thinking like, man, what if I roll my ankle on it? Let me step kind of to the left while I go. But that's the nature of the beast of our beautiful game. It's a little more natural, a little more raw, a little more real than traditional golf. Ball and stick golf. Hole 15. 365, dead straight. Definitely not offering much over the top. I'm gonna go Athena straight at it. We got a bit of a ceiling here, or a floor here with the cactus and these little small bushes in front of us. And then we have the oak ceiling, as is par for the course. Oh, so late. Kicked right, that was bad. Pretty terrible spot over here. I'm gonna take my flip, see if it gives me any relief off this little persimmon. And I think the forehand cut roller might be my best bet, which on a rocky course like this tells you a lot about your lie. Hey. Cut. Oh man, yeah, bogey free's done possibly. No, it's not. Why do I say that? Always believe, always hope. I'm gonna have to prove my past self wrong right now. Okay, for par save, for dignity. For glory. I tried to jump sideways around the holly. Turns out the spikiness definitely makes this course a little harder at times. Like all this right here, holly, except for this little juniper tree. Anything just long, you better wear your pants, kids. Oh, that hurts. Bogerson. Now we might need to. What do we have? We might have just possibly lost our chance at more than half of them. Half of them still on the table, I believe. Depends if we got par 4 left or not. Maybe par 5. Come on, give me one. 17 par 3 straight ahead. It says 300 feet. And I see like a piece of PVC hanging in the trees. Does that mean we have a triple Mando here? And I can't just spike hyzer it? You know, I'll try one up the gut first and then play a spike hyzer, and you guys can let me know in the comments what the rules are. MB up the middle, drop. Oh! The tree limb hit me, knocked me underneath it. Wow. I'm gonna try one hyzer. Just cause that's the easiest way to play the game if you have it. Yeah, no Mando, I'm playing that all day. Here was that up the gut shot. Once again with the holly, not the jumper that I hoped for. Little Matty Bell tossed in. Shooting on forehand envy for my guy JC. Stay out of the holly, thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm just gonna take my up the middle par and deal with it. Or do I go over to this Pioneer right here and take the birdie spike hyzer? Because that felt pretty easy. I think I purposely missed that just so I didn't feel bad about not taking the hyzer. Mental strategy. Deep strategy. One to play here at the Mountain of Goats. Now, while I would be loving to have some goat friends hanging out with us out here, I don't know if this is just called Goat Mountain, this particular ridge here, or it's just the name Jason wanted to come up with. But it does feel like goat territory for sure. This scrubby hill country mountains. Damn it, son, you left your envy. How many times are you gonna leave the envy? Okay, I'm back. Got the envy. I'm gonna go up the gut with the hyzer. Narrow window seems to be the most rewarding. Ah, barely inside. Dang it. Tough finisher. Maybe a little too tough. It's like similar to hole one, I like the idea of the shape here. If we like shave stuff to the trunk line on this inside, maybe even just take out a couple of these low guys like to this little arcing trunk or little branch there. Give some open space there. A little bit of open space on those juniper branches on the corner. And then we're talking. We're talking, Jason. All right, here's our disc. Very pinched off. I think I have a better chance going around the backside than trying to go up the middle here. So that's what we're gonna do with the zone. Forehand Annie. Listen. Ching. No. Really neat green as you come into here. But like I said, I think if we had a good visual on it, take a little bit out of this corner where we can see the tee from the basket. A little cleaner, and then this hole is up there in that mix of the best 5-6 holes on the course. Not sure where this disc is. Not the easiest color to find, the kind of nude fleshy color. Huh. It's coming in. Home turn. I think it should be close. Maybe I caught these trees. Yep, here it is. Caught this last tree on the way in. One more putt to make. I would get to a knee, but it feels kind of dangerous out here. You know what? I'm going to use some tree bark. Nature's knee pad. And we're going to get on down on that knee, crunch on that tree bark. We're going to be resourceful while we walk out of here with the bookend par save. Oh my gosh, I just tapped this Yopon holly in front of me. Ow! Young juniper. Some stabby needles. And you guys, the end of the course here got the better of me. Thought I was gonna cruise through, but the Goat Mountain humbled me here at the end. Fun course. Definitely the most mountainous course we have, probably. Up there with like Austin Ridge, but even more elevation change, I'd say. And more open spaces, so a couple really fun holes out here. And definitely room for improvement, but I know it'll continue to as Jason gets time and input and more people come to play the course. So come check it out, leave your feedback. Don't forget to drop a donation So Goat Mountain could be the real goat one day. Thanks you guys so much for watching. This was day 22, right? Day 22, Goat Mountain. I'm surprised I haven't messed up the day more. I'm dialed in, you guys. We're locked in this year. It's gonna be the best year yet on tour. I'm excited to work my butt off. I'm gonna put my best foot forward and to keep bringing you guys that daily good. That's right. If you made it here, obviously, you're a real one. And the real ones are liked and subscribed, hitting that notification. But the realest ones, they share videos with their buddies. They do whatever it takes to spread that CO love.